Namaskar everyone, welcome back to Shears Corner. Uh, and here again today, we're back into the Division 2. Tom Clancy's The Division 2. If you remember this game, I had covered it up quite a while back when the first beta was going on for this game. Uh, Released on the March 15th of 2019. It's almost going to be 1 year of this game, and now we have the first expansion of the game titled Warlord of New York. So before going into the game itself, how are the stuff and all, I'll be taking inputs from a couple of game members, or rather community members, who are also part of our Paradox community and all. So they have played the game a little bit during the past days, everything. So uh, I'll be taking inputs from them on how much they like the game, what are the current scenario now and everything. So one of them, please welcome Rage, one of our the encyclopedia for games. Hey Rage, hello.
बोलो.
So guys, here is Rage alongside us. So yeah, go on Rage and give us a little bit of description of what happened in the past couple of days after the expansion launched. There are continuous events, unfortunate or fortunate maybe, going on, as well as the current state of the game.
So basically, they kind of oversimplified the game to where there was like three different stats plus talents and attributes. So they kind of simplified it to where there's like one core talent that a thing has, and then there'll be like a meter that shows you how much you can get of a roll of a certain thing. So before, if it was like 3% crit, you don't know how much more can you get. Now it shows you if like 20% is max, or you have 8%, so how much better you can get. So it's like it gives you clarity that way.
Okay.
And they've scaled up damage and armor immensely. So you'll notice that in the if you haven't bought the DLC and you're still playing a level 30 character, you'll still feel the difference. Like you'll die a lot faster, you'll take a lot more damage, you'll do a lot less damage. So
Okay.
right now I'm level 40. I have not finished the story yet, and I don't have a optimized build. I'm just like wearing whatever I got,
Mm-hmm.
like highest level. I'm at like 750k armor and like 300k health.
Okay.
So yeah, the scaling has been almost like double. Before it wasn't at this much. Before max you could get, even after a focused build, was 500k armor. So yeah,
So
unfocused,
the
unoptimized.
agents stats also got scaled, as well as our enemies also,
Yeah,
right?
exactly with the DLC. But without the DLC, the enemies got scaled and not the agents.
Okay.
At least that's
That's
what everybody's saying. And then I could have, like, I could feel that when I was like level 31 and all that, when I first
okay.
started. I recommend starting on a brand new character
Hmm.
if you don't have more than one already, because your essentially your gear, past gear, is completely useless.
And
So
your
just
agent as well, that you have
yeah,
worked so hard for almost
exactly.
a year to build up. Okay.
Well, the good thing is that all your specialization levels and your resources and money and all that stuff you can share. I don't know about money, resources, and everything else is fine. So I could just make a new character and then just select what I wanted based on
Okay.
which specialization I unlocked. But only thing is that you have to again put all the
Points on
points back
every.
into,
Okay.
yeah. So it's like respecking basically.
All right.
That
So
wasn't fun. Otherwise, it's fine.
okay. So at the starting screen, if you create a new character, you'll see there are two options. One is a new agent, the other is a hardcore agent which has a beta tag on it. So any
Right.
insight
So
on
the
that?
hardcore, yeah. The hardcore agent is basically like if you die once, the agent gets deleted. So
But
everything you've done on the character gets deleted. So as it's just for like if you have nothing to do in the game, that's like obviously you make the just a regular character, and then once you select a character, not the beta one,
mhm.
just a regular character, it'll give you two choices. One is start from
Main
Washington,
campaign,
which is
and
your
the other
regular.
is New York.
Yeah. So if you select New York, it directly gives you a level 30 boost. So you don't have to play the base story. You just directly start off with full
Yeah.
character of pink purple armor. makes its decent stats. Is not bad. It's
Hmm.
it's perfectly fine for the first 4 5 missions, and you will keep getting gear as much.
I see.
So yeah,
Which is
so
what
then
we are
this I
going to
that's what
do.
I recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've done personally myself.
Yeah.
Campaign has been very very good. Obviously, no spoilers, but
Yep.
every boss fight is very unique. All the new enemy factions are very reminiscent of what they were in Division One, plus a lot of elements that were already in the game.
I
They've
see.
reintroduced with like weak points and shield mechanics. They have combined that with the new AI.
I s-
AI is not bad. They're not as stupid as your hyenas and
So the
the smart
original
licenses.
Division 2's AIs got overhauled. Are the older versions of the AI, as in the US, I mean Washington versions, got overhauled as well, or
I
they are
have
the
not
same?
played Washington. No, no, I have not gone to Washington yet. So basically, if you don't finish the base, like the New York story, it doesn't let you go to Washington.
Okay,
So
so you
because
are
I have like
locked
one more
here.
mission left,
I
yeah,
see.
I just need to finish the last mission to be able to travel to Washington. And the thing is that even though there's a new map, the dark zone is still the old map. So if you want to
Okay.
play like PvP stuff and all that, you have to essentially go back to the Washington because there is no dark
Maybe
zone
they
anymore.
will reintroduce more
Press 1 to continue.
dark zones later on. We'll see about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. We'll see. They have no like announcements on that, but yeah, that's always a possibility.
Hmm.
So yeah, right now, Dark Zone, from what I've heard, is back to the hardcore mode that used to be. So the even the AI are very tanky, like hard challenging level AI. So my friends were like
Okay.
dying to AI, not players. So yeah. So
Head.
Dark Zone's.
Face.
The first
Head.
thing I'm gonna do after finishing the
Push
story
down
is
for
hit
the
Dark
next
Zone. I want
option.
to see what the a little insight for you guys is starting. The Negev is like the best weapon right now. It's basically has the amount of ammo that LMG has while having the same rate of fire as a police M4, which you guys know if you've played Division. Very, very powerful in the dark zone.
I see.
So it's a lot of people running LMG builds again. LMGs are relevant again. After the nerf, they got title update 5 or 6, I think. So it's a lot more relevant. There's this new exotics called the Ninja knee pads, the ninja school of exotics. There was a ninja backpack in Division 1. So what this does is every time you move from cover to cover or you parkour, like jump over something, it reloads everything.
Okay.
So it's really good for like, yeah, yeah, it's very very good for auto reloading your LMGs or any high capacity things which are like very slow to do otherwise. Because like they actually nerfed the exotic knee pads that existed before. I think they were called what are they called? I don't remember. The one you had to craft from the mission. So they nerfed that. So now it doesn't, like before you could pull out your
This
sidearm and
is
it would reload all your weapons. It doesn't do that anymore. So the
Hmm.
knee pads are a nice upgrade from that. But yeah, there were like a lot of login and technical issues the day one, which they weren't. I don't think they were expecting as many players. So yeah, the download was 42 GB. It was quite big. But even after download, it took me like 2 3 hours to get into it.
How was the download quality, as in
It
uh
was, yeah, it was like it wasn't capped at all. I have a 100 Mbps network, so I got like full 11 mbs, no problem.
okay.
So that wasn't an issue. But there was another after we logged it, there was this new glitch which was you couldn't talk to the NPCs. So they this time in the early missions, not even story, just introduction to New York, you have to speak to these NPCs in each of the safe houses.
Okay.
And there was a glitch between if there were other players, because the safe houses have instances, right?
Yeah.
So if there were other players in the safe house, the thing wasn't working. So they had to like do a mini update for that, restart the servers, and then it started working again.
I see.
So they were like, these are all the bugs. I faced a recent mission where there was this staircase, and the flow textures were like running over the staircase. So a screenshot of that's in like our Discord. So I mean, Orin might share it in the video, but that's, I don't know. But yeah, it's basically the
Uh,
floor's texture runs directly into the staircase, so you can't go down. Really,
so I
really
can
annoying.
show you guys that part. Just to give me a sec. Uh,
If you can pull up the Discord and open the division,
yeah,
that'll be
that's
the
what
first thing you'll
I'm
see.
going to do. So there's this.
Yeah, that was so it wasn't letting me do the side mission. It was quite annoying.
Mhm. So let me actually pull over the.
Everything feels a lot harder. Like even playing solo,
So
because it
here
used
you
to be
can
really easy
see
before.
the essential picture that is that Rage shared. So. That's the current scenario of the bug that he said, the glitch.
Yeah, it wasn't fixed, so I had to basically quickly run down
Mm-hmm.
and before the texture loaded in, I just went through the map.
Okay.
But otherwise,
Mm,
story-wise, it's really good. The environment, New York looks beautiful.
all right.
It's beautiful. Yeah, there are a lot of new weapons they've added. A lot armors. I've gotten like two of the new armor sets. I don't have any god rolls, so I
Head.
can't tell you how good they are, but
Push down for the
pretty
next
good so
option.
far. I'm like
Face.
I'm just getting
Push
started, so I
down
can't
for the
give you like
next
end
option.
game insights. You have to give me a couple of
Yeah,
like
of
a
course,
few
all
days
of
to
us,
get
I
on.
believe, needs a little bit of time to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
used
damage
to
scaling
also.
and all of that is
Yeah.
massive. It's that's what's like. So when I see that, oh, my armor is like what 50%, I could still move in with perks like Safeguard or like Bloodsucker, or now they've even reworked perks, right?
Okay.
So remember how Vindictive, the less armor you had, the more damage
Face.
you would do.
Yeah.
In.
Now Vindictive
Push
has
down
perk
for the
where
next
if you
option.
kill someone with a status effect, it gives some weapon handling or damage. I don't know. So it's like changed the perk entirely. Clutch is a different perk altogether. So
Skin.
they've like
Eye
changed
color.
perks. So it's like getting
Push
used to that
down for the
again is
next
a
option.
bit of a challenge. So like,
Okay.
cause in your muscle memory you know how it works, but then cause the name is the
Eye
same, they just
color.
change what it
Hair.
does.
Push down for the
So I would
next
have preferred if
option.
they added just new perks. I mean, they renamed the name is the same and it's a different thing now. So that's like a really
Okay.
big annoyance for me.
I guess it is a little bit harder for everyone on that note.
Otherwise,
Hair.
it's been yeah. I've
Push
been like
down for the
nothing, but
next
I
option.
can't wait to play this when I'm at college or if I'm at
Hair.
work.
Faceless
I
hair
want to get back
color.
and play ASAP. Yeah,
Push
it's really
down
fun.
for the next option.
And I recommend playing the solo story solo at least. There's a lot of like mini kind of hidden puzzles and some boss rooms which you should experience on your own. If it's
Okay.
too hard, you can always call your friends.
Hair
Like you
color.
will die a
Facial
lot.
hair.
You will die a lot,
Push down for the
especially in
next
all of
Interesting.
the
option.
mini boss fights. You will die a lot. Yeah. Then a few of the bosses have raid like mechanics in them. That's all I'm gonna say. So you have to like understand what you're playing with. So I was very
Facial
impressed by that
hair.
because I was just
Scars.
expecting the bosses are
Push
gonna be
down
just
for the
big
next
tanky
option.
guys. You keep shooting,
Scar.
shooting, shooting,
Face
they'll die.
paint.
But they actually
Push
had like
down for the next
mechanics
option.
with them, so I was impressed.
Hmm. That's impressive, let's say.
And quite refreshing from like looter shooters. Just expected that, oh, it's gonna be big chunky boss. Yeah, that's why I was impressed because like
Face
coming from
paint.
Destiny,
Scars.
when
Push
they
down
add
for the
like
next op.
when there's
Scar.
like
Neck
events, like
tattoos.
last time what happened, it was just a
Push down
tankier
for the
version.
next
Like this
option.
time
Yeah.
it was just three bosses abilities combined to one, so it was
Yeah.
quite fun. And I was just standing on a plate.
We'll actually see what will come in the new one. I am actually
Yeah, so
hoping.
so right now, from what I've seen in Destiny, it was a good choice buying the DLC for Division because
Mhm.
Destiny looks pretty PvP heavy this season,
Yep,
and I
extremely.
like Destiny's PvP for that. So I'm gonna play PvP on Destiny and PvE in Division, if it lets me. Unless there's like, oh, you need power in
Hmm.
PvP, so I have to grind power again. But I hope not. I can't play two games at once. But like
Okay.
that depends how much content they push, because Division's known for like giving dripping the content like here you go, maybe next week,
Neck
Okay.
tattoo.
then you
Arm
get it really slow.
tattoos.
So
Push
it's
Well,
down for the
really
let's
next
hope.
option.
yeah, because like they promised another raid last season, right? And they're gonna give it this after this DLC, but it's gonna be free for those guys, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, because like a lot of my friends who've been playing, they have like three characters. They would do the raid multiple times just to get a chance at Eagle Bearer. So they were telling me that they were supposed to put in uh, more events and raids, which they got in much later. But this time there's a lot of
Arm
like there's a lot
tattoo.
of end
Leg
game stuff this time.
tattoos.
So I'm quite
Push down for the
interested to
next
see what
option.
happens. So they have like leagues and world events and
Okay, that will be interesting. Actually,
yeah.
the to be told, the
Leg tattoos. Push
monotonous
down for the
events
next
of the
option.
Division 2's DC part was not really
Arm
up to
tattoo.
my
Yeah,
Weapon
it
liking.
was just
pack.
like outfits, right? It was just
Push
like
down for
Yeah.
the
clothes.
next
Here's
option.
do some stuff, get some cosmetics.
Yep.
They have one cosmetic event this time, but all
Hat.
the other ones are like
Glasses.
actual activity driven.
Push
So
down for the next option.
the season's gonna open. So okay, if you guys have bought the DLC and you can
Glasses.
actually go to the
Shirt.
store and
Push
it'll
down
let
for
you
the
claim the
next
DLC
option.
for free, which is how it's supposed to be, because the first season is related to the DLC. So
Sure.
season,
Okay.
as in, it's
Dance.
basically a season pass.
Push
Okay.
down for the next
So if
option.
you bought the expansion, you get the first season with it. It's basically like how Destiny gave you
Pants. Shoes.
the season pass when
Push
the
down
first
for the
pass
next
The
when
option.
you bought
first six.
Shadowkeep,
Yeah.
and then you had to buy. Yeah, exactly. So they had set it up like this as well. So I didn't know. I went to the store to see what the price
Shoes.
was.
Pant. Shirt.
Because okay, and
Hat.
if you're in
Patch.
India, make sure you buy the
Push
game,
down.
the
Patch.
expansion from within the
Push
game,
down for the
because then
next
it'll be
option.
1,500 rupees. But if you buy it from like Uplay or the website, it'll be $30. So yeah,
Yeah. That's just for our country, but you guys
yeah,
should also see what is going on in your country. You
yeah.
can see the
What's the
region.
region you're in?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because regional
Confirm
pricing is offered
character.
in game, so that's what you
Hold
wanna
select to
see.
continue.
Yeah.
Confirm character. Select a body type.
So we have finished up our character, and let's see what is up in the DLC
You actually get to keep
cutscene
all
time.
your character customization, like all your clothes.
Hmm.
First thing I did, so I just selected the clothing options on the new character that I didn't have already.
Another thing I can see in the cutscene. Just a sec. I need to increase the volume a bit for the. Okay. So essentially, what I can see right now is that even on the mm cutscene, there are obvious FPS drops, major FPS drops, if you may, and yeah, there there is major FPS drops in sometimes. Hello.
Oh yeah, no, you were speaking, so I didn't want to
Yeah,
interrupt.
no, I just like the screen kind of froze, so I kind of wanted to make sure that I'm still online. That is, there is
Yeah, you are.
really a very bad FPS.
I didn't mention. I didn't feel any like
Ah,
FPS
well, I
drop.
guess your setup is kind of well, let's just say. But for a norm moderate setup, it is not so friendly. Let's say, especially when a cutscene is this resource heavy.
Yeah,
That
yeah. Cutscene was very resource, yeah, because it renders it real time. The
yeah.
cutscenes aren't like pre-recorded video files. They render it, so yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, no, that part. Yeah, the
But
first
would
scene
you
was a little bit.
about this cutscene part? What would you recommend? Like rendering it in real time is better, or whether a
So
pre-recorded
it's
video is?
basically it's like resource driven. So is your like the populace have more data? If they do, then adding them pre-rendered as videos will basically increase the file size by a couple of GB every video because they are pretty massive. Or does your gaming? So it's like it's one or the other. Either it's gonna suffer performance or it's gonna be big size. So it's a
Hmm.
give and take.
And they chose the suffer performance,
Yeah, because like I mean they wanted to get the update out ASAP, right? Because people have been waiting for it. So they were like, let's
which
just get
I
it out.
wouldn't really say is a good move considering the issues that are coming up each
Yeah, I
day.
agree. Yep. There's a big. It's not an issue. It's really annoying. The hitboxes on the there's a special mini boss from the
Hmm.
cleaners, which you'll encounter a lot.
Okay.
They have weak spots. It's a new kind of boss, so it's very well designed. So
Hmm.
design wise, it's great. That boss's weak point now is bugged right now. Not bugged. The hitbox is very off. So you're supposed to hit to the left of it to actually hit it, which is very annoying. I did not know that. I
So
was
that
using.
means that his actual position is like the access position
Yeah.
is quite shifted.
Yeah. So the hitbox is away from the actual. I'm gonna have to get that. Give me
Yeah,
a
yeah,
second.
sure. So up until now, we are quite of finding some obvious. Give me a sec, my sandal got. Yeah. So these are quite of obvious issues that are currently going on. You can also see the loading screen time for a new zone has been increased by this much for a normal, I say, net service and so on. Like if you are not a if you don't have a very hi-fi setup or a very fast internet speed, I guess this is how you're going to feel when you go into the game for the first time, that is.
And I'm back.
Yeah, welcome back. We're kind of now stuck at 84% loading screen, so yeah.
Oh yeah, the first time, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I was
First,
just saying
especially when you
that
start
unless
downloading.
you have a very good setup or a very powerful net service, this is how you are going to feel when you first start playing.
This is like it downloads and then extracts. So if you have a SSD, it'll help a lot. Otherwise,
Mm.
disk allocation took me like a good 20 minutes, and the download was an hour, given my net speed. So if you have a SSD, it'll help a lot. I recommend putting it in your SSD if you haven't.
And this is why I
Quite good.
always love how Steam handles downloads compared
Yeah,
to
it's like
this.
simultaneous kind of,
Yeah, like
and it's not
simultaneous as
like
well as you know how I think it's a cutscene. Yeah. Uh, okay.
it's like a cutscene that'll transition into the mission. So
Yeah, the active time cutscenes. These are okay. These are okay to be rendered in real time and all, but when you are showing a movie, I don't really think there's
yeah,
a.
yeah, that was actually a movie. It was like, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
critical chance, critical damage, weapon damage. I really enjoy the new. So now when you just inspect something, you know if you have a better version or not right away. It's not like I'm gonna save this for 300 days and then maybe pull the perk out and reroll. It's just right away, you know, is this good? Is this? That's a really big deal for a looter shooter.
Mm-hmm. Certainly. Well, I guess the quality of life updates got better. More like saw a better
With this
future.
update, it's a big focus on endgame, and that's like very apparent,
Mm.
very apparent.
Although I can see that. Okay, just
Inventory.
give me a sec. Let me
Two
go to
pieces of
Settings.
advice
settings.
based on like my current experience. Always play with, if you're playing solo, play with Reviver because you will die a lot. Play
Okay.
with Reviver, and once you're level 40 this
Uh,
week, I hope you guys hit level 40 this week because it has two really good weapons and one weapon, one armor with like max stat rolls, max damage rolls. So yeah, you can pick those up, store them in your library, and
Control.
then put
Graphic.
it on other
Video.
things as well.
UI.
So it's
Video.
basically the most damage you can get
Graphics.
on a weapon and
Brightness.
most damage you can get on a glove.
10.
They're available right now
Change with left.
in the clan
VSync
window.
frame.
I
VSync
see.
frame. Shadow quality. Spot shadow resolution.
You can
So yeah,
see,
this
guys,
will
right now how
change till
low
it's level
my
40.
setting is, but even then, it is getting very annoying even in the game itself. So you can understand how high the resource requirement
Inventory.
is right now.
So I don't
Apparel.
recommend making everything low. So some things like, so you first should see what is the issue. Like, is it your CPU that can't handle or the GPU? And based on that, you should reallocate resources. So I am
Uh,
on a laptop which has a i5, but I have a 1050 Ti. So my bottleneck was actually CPU. So I basically turned up GPU intensive things to balance out the load. And then my render resolution right now is at 85%. I see no difference between 85 and 100, so I just keep it 85.
okay.
And the performance difference is about 5 to 10 fps, so it just made sense to keep it. So you guys have to play with the settings a lot unless you have like a 2070. Even a 2060 will serve, like if you don't have a good CPU. So this is quite intensive. I mean, the map's beautiful, and then there's a new dynamic weather system which makes puts even more toll. Suddenly there'll be a sandstorm and there'll be like rain, and I say it's very heavy rain and very pretty rain, so it's very hard to render.
Okay,
It's quite
very
a,
heavy rain and very pretty
yeah, it,
rain.
like you won't be able to see anything, and it's like the water, the way it's designed, the water droplets and everything, it's very pretty.
Okay,
But yeah, it'll make the full screen wide. You won't be able to see like 5 meters ahead of yourself.
my goodness. I also like one thing that right if you already have a character, right after going into the game and starting the game, you can put all the cosmetics you already had. So those are
Yeah,
all
that's the best thing.
synced. Yeah, you won't have to like collect everything again. That would have been a very big nightmare. That is. Okay.
Inventory. Clan. Inventory.
So this is the starting gear you are getting. Build summary. I know. Let me see. Show you the weapons. What? Okay, so they are giving you one type of each weapons. That is. Uh, so you are going to get a assault rifle. Yeah, everything. And here you can see the total damage, RPM mag, and then you have the core attributes. So Reggie, give us a little bit info on what are the current situation with the stat list of an item. Uh, how much did it changed, and why is this better? Yeah. S- So obviously you can see the how much changes these things have gone through.
So now it's like it's fixed. So like assault rifle will have like damage, and so like a couple of them are fixed. So it's not like, oh, suddenly it can have skill also. It can have reload speed and critical chance, and so it's very limited what you can get,
Hmm.
which I enjoy because it like basically makes it simpler. There was like too much to micromanage before, so it's
Okay.
a lot simpler now. And second thing is, because it's very new, I can't recommend anything. But obviously, damage to elites is no longer a thing. So you're looking for raw damage numbers.
So damage to elite
So
perk itself is
yeah,
erased.
it doesn't exist anymore. Yeah,
Okay.
so you do as much damage on blue, like red bars, your purple bars, and your golds. So it's all determined on your raw damage. So spec for damage as always, and then as you see, your armor and your resistance will be really high anyway. So by the
So
time you hit 40 and you have like basic level 40 gear all around, you'll have a like easy for 500, 800k armor. Like I'm running 700k right now. So
okay. And the core attributes of the gear itself, like the damage, armor, and the skill
right,
attributes that
right.
used to be, what
Hmm.
has the changes gone into that scenario?
So the attributes are now fixed based on what item it is. So gloves will have a set of set. So gloves can no longer have talents. So talents have been
Okay.
removed from gloves, and one more I can't remember right now. So those will only have core attributes. So they'll have weapon damage, and then the other two, the core one will be always be weapon damage, and those that's based on what archetype it is. So if you see, there's gonna be a backpack with core attribute weapon damage or skill or armor. So
Okay.
that's gonna be it'll be right next to the armor piece. It'll be the red, blue or yellow. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
And then
the
inside
core
again it's
damage.
randomized. Exactly.
Okay.
So based on if it's a skill, then it'll have it's not fixed. So if it's a skill core, it can have attributes of damage and armor also. So
Okay.
I have not found any where it's like consistently throughout unless it's the named items. So there's this anarchist cookbook, which is a backpack. It's a core attribute is like 70k armor, and
Hmm.
the other attributes are also armor and hazard protection. So it's like the named items are the only ones which have continuation. Otherwise, it's all random. So if you wanna spec for like core damage, then you're gonna have to find core attributes of all armor, like damage, and then like secondary attributes of damage as well. Mods, I have got like gotten like a few mods, but not for armor and all. So I don't exactly know how the mods work. Like, is there any like how we had clutch needs four or less red, or safeguard needs five or more armor. So those requirements I have not seen have those mods,
Okay, Reg,
but
your
I've
voice
gotten
got
mods
cut
for
out.
this.
Your voice got cut out a bit.
How much of it? How much of it?
Like those requirements I have not seen, and then
Okay, so I've only gotten mods for my skills. I
okay.
haven't gotten armor mods yet. I've gotten like one, but the mod doesn't have requirements anymore.
All right.
So how it used to be that safeguard on your backpack needs
Yeah,
a
yeah,
certain
yeah,
amount. So
yeah.
I haven't seen that any. So that might have been
Okay.
removed, but I haven't heard word about it.
Okay. About the skills, what are the two skills that you recommend to run with for the starting? Mm,
So
what?
understand, like as Orin shows you more of his gameplay, that you will die a lot if you get close,
Mm.
and there's a lot of enemy types now that rush you. So
Okay,
playing
so
from a
those
distance is what
machete
I
guys
recommend.
have increased.
Yeah, not machete. So the bosses, like if after you break the armor after a point, they'll pull out axe and run at you. They'll drop their guns. There are a lot of shielded enemies. There are a lot of, yeah. There's I don't want to spoil the enemy types. It's very
Okay, okay,
interesting,
it's
the
fine.
diversity.
Okay.
But yeah, so there a lot of people will run at you, or they'll push you slowly to where you can't do anything. So play from a distance. If you have the specialization, the sniper one, use that. QB is
Which you
great.
cannot get at the very beginning because they just give you the grenade launcher one from the beginning.
Yeah, they just auto equip. So the first mission is like it's irrelevant. There's like those new factions you won't encounter right away.
Okay.
It'll be very easy. It'll get hard after you start kind of understanding that there are these priority targets you have to go behind. So till
Okay.
then they'll let you they'll introduce you to the new base of operations in New York, and then you can change all of that stuff. So
Okay.
as soon as you can change to the sniper and then play from a distance,
Okay.
spec for marksman and auto rifles are great. And like I said, the Negev is insane. So if you suddenly find a really good LMG, just use that.
Okay.
So just LMG sniper specialization is the sniper one, and I play with turret and reviver drone. I just put a turret somewhere so it distracts the enemies or just keeps them,
Turret.
busy by getting damage.
Are you taking the
Just
fire
regular.
one or
No, just the
which
regular one that shoots.
regular one? Okay.
A striker
And
turret.
which one was your E? Did you say the
So my reviver hive is my E, so in case I get down, because you get downed a
reviver
lot,
hive? Okay.
and early game, because your skill tier is very low. Skill tier is a new thing. How it's like skill power, it's skill tier now. Because your skill tier is low now, all the healing skills you can use will take so long to heal you.
Okay.
There is no point.
Oh.
So just have healers on and then try to take as much damage as you can. You'll have to use a lot of medkits to stay alive, and then if you get down, worst case, you have a reviver that picks you up.
Okay. And what is this? If you go to how the mod system has changed.
Mod system in the armor and backpack, you're saying, like the armor and
Like
the
every
weapons.
how we used to put the mods and stuff, and now I've heard that there are certain god builds that people are saving from their old accounts and so on and so forth. How
Okay, so the thing is that everything in your old account, so there's basically two games right now, like how Diablo and all these guys have, how Monster Hunter World has Iceborne. So
okay,
if you own the DLC, you don't meet or play with anyone who doesn't own the DLC. So anything prior to right now, all of that damage, all of those perks, all of those mods will
okay,
only fit on level 30 characters. So level 30 to 39 is one sandbox level, then 40 is one complete sandbox. So which is why I recommended bringing a new character, because the old character you can now take all the god rolls and make a level 30 god roll character, which you can take in the level 30 dark zone, which will not have all the new skills, weapons, striker, armor set, and all of that stuff.
and if
So
I'm
from a
right,
simple
Dark Zone
experience, you
has
can use that.
also erased the specialization weapon.
Yes, so you no longer have the sniper. So it's old school Dark Zone, just weapons.
Okay,
So yeah, about Dark Zone is, I appreciate that, because before people would just snipe you from mile away with their
that
special
is very
snipers and
true.
everything. You can still do that with Nemesis, but another thing, I don't know if you guys are aware, holstered perks are no longer in the game. So the damage buff you would get by equipping Nemesis and then using another weapon with a scope doesn't work. Using what is the weapon? Eagle Bearer for the extra armor when you shoot doesn't work. Chatterbox after kill rate of fire doesn't work. So yeah,
No.
there's no point equipping exotics. We're not going to use them anymore.
So the all of the old exotic weapons are weapons as well as other holsters and stuff, gears.
Mm-hmm.
They are all just simply useless.
Yeah, so they're all level 30. So right now they haven't introduced any way to increase them to level 40. They said they will, but they haven't. Like, there's no
Okay.
date. There's just like talk. So what you have to do right now is basically farm them again.
Okay. Rez, do you remember how to
Inventory.
go from walking to running? Because I'm kind of stuck here walking and I
Uh,
forgot.
in the base of operations, you have to walk.
No, this
Uh,
is okay. I'm running again. Alright. This is
like
not
in
a
the
base of
first area, it's
operation certain.
the first area, right?
Uh,
Is it called Haven where you are right now?
secure city hall. Reach to the city hall.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. You should be able to run.
I guess like there's the mode right you can run or walk and I forgot I for some reason triggered the walking mode and
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
yeah.
Did not know that was a thing. Yeah. Yeah, they made the game more mindful now. You can't just
Inventory.
like
Apparel.
blindly
Store.
watch a
Set
YouTube video
audio.
and left click.
UI. Control. Shift
People will rush
graphics.
you. They will have
Audio.
like very high damage.
SFX volume.
People use
Music
skills.
volume.
A lot of AI now have
Dialogue
healing things,
volume.
so they
Audio
heal
mix
themselves
type.
and everything.
Disc group microphone name voice chat video
Everything
inventory.
got fun. Hmm.
I want to see how they integrate that in the end game because this time it's let's see. I don't know if it's gonna be Black Tusk again or how gonna work.
I would be very disappointed if Black Tusk comes again, to be honest.
Yeah, I was like, who are they gonna bring back? Because Black Tusk is still a Washington thing now.
Yep.
Unless they force them to also be on in a narrative with New York and they also follow us with their hovercrafts, which is quite a bit of a stretch. But I guess it's easier to do than making a new character or a class. They just reuse old. Dude, I hate dogs.
Which
They're
is
the worst thing
something we do
in this
not
game.
like now, do we?
My the most the hate like the worst thing in the game is those sniper dogs. One shot you, they just climb on top of cars. You take cover, they
Okay.
find their own cover.
Oh my god.
Black Tusk dogs. I hate them. Now the second most hated thing is the new gold bosses from cleaners. Oh my god.
Okay. Very good reviews we are getting from Rage.
Don't play alone if you can help it. Don't. Like the boss missions. Otherwise, play the story yourself. Just call someone for the boss. And all the bosses have like secret rooms, so you can, which have like a little mini puzzle. It's quite lame, but yeah. So you can, if your friends missed out, then you can just invite them and show them.
Okay.
And there's a duo of new hunters. It's a very lengthy mission to find and do the hunters. Very lengthy, and they've like added pop culture references and
Pop. What?
quite. Yeah, if it's got like this mission where it's like the areas from like a TV show. Because it's New York, so of course they're gonna do it. A lot of control points play like Christmas music and old school
Okay.
New York hip hop, and
There's a surveillance
yeah,
system in the
it's an
basement.
it's an
We
experience.
need to find out who is responsible for the attack. See if you can recover the tapes.
I've been having fun. The map design is really, and especially if you go like to the edges of the map where you can see like Liberty Island, you can see the Statue of Liberty.
But you
That really-
cannot go there.
Yeah, you have it's restricted. You have to pass.
Goodness.
Active server detected.
Also, they've added two types of resupply boxes now. One resupplies your armor and armor packs. The other one gives you ammo. So
Wasn't the armor pack recently already? Wait a second, cutscene.
Running facial recognition analysis. Analysis complete. Javier, Kajika, James, Dragoff, Theo, Parnell, Vivian, Conley. Status, Rogue. Analysis complete. Aaron Keener. Status, Rogue.
Alright.
After Coney Island, we knew
And I
Keener was
just died.
working on some kind of virus, but
this is why you have a
didn't think he
revival.
would weaponize it this fast. We should have prepared for this.
Lau, the medics
I
have
mean, you're like
arrived.
used to things
They're
like,
extracting the
okay, I'm gonna
survivors.
proc berserker
I mean,
and
we
just
have
kill
the
everyone,
Haze
but
element. I'll
that's
send you the
yeah, you
coordinates.
just die
We have a lot to
really
talk
fast.
about.
Before you proc berserker, you're dead.
My goodness.
I have perfect unbreakable or something like when it like unstoppable force. I think it is. It gives you like more damage the less armor you have. I was trying to proc that, I just died.
And what are the other changes that you are finding in the game? what is your best experience and what is your worst experience as of now?
So I don't think I haven't experienced anything other than what I just stated. But yeah, the best experience is the loot finding. Before I would play an hour and then 40 minutes was my sorting my gear. Now
Okay.
it's not that case. Like before, we would like go for runs, and then when our inventory was full, we would like spend half an hour and see what works. Now it's just you can see right there. Okay, this is bad. Okay, I have a better version of. So that is really good.
Okay, that's something I believe every player of a looter shooter can.
Yeah, like that is so like it's not like it's so clear. Like this is good, this is bad, and it's nice. Very like big upgrade. Like just for that feature is worth alone. Like this game's worth its $20. Just the $30 if
Okay.
you paying full price. But if you have the 10, you can use those coins, right, to get like 20% off, like
Yeah, that is also
the
possible.
UP
Or
coin.
if you buy from Epic Games, that is also.
Don't buy from Epic Games. Again, that's my personal thing. If you guys want to go for it,
City Hall is clear.
Yeah, well,
Let's
if
prepare for the
you
party.
don't have any other like options.
yeah. If you don't have, if it's cheaper, if that's what your friends telling you to, it's fine. I mean, I recently found out the big minigun enemies of Black Tusk have a healing backpack.
Okay.
Hello, Rage.
Yes, Zero.
And
I just found out you can join us
Yeah,
with your level
I
40
can join
character.
you. Yeah, I can join you. Yeah, I'll get scaled down when I join you.
No,
mm,
that doesn't happen.
Got incoming.
what?
Has someone
Wait,
level
wait,
40
wait.
joined you?
What?
Silo just joined us and we were doing many nationals and all the enemies just scaled up.
Okay. And you guys are dying?
Yes, one shot.
Okay, so this guys, this is something that another report. This is our Zero, who's a long time Tom Clancy player. You know him from my Breakpoint video. So yeah, that's what you just heard. That if a level 40 player joins, those who, I guess you guys have, you didn't have the DLC, you guys.
Yeah, I didn't have the DLC.
Yes, so if a
We were buying.
DLC player, a level 40 player joins a non DLC player, well, GG for the non DLC players, that is. I do hope they are going to change that and, well, not kill all those who have not bought the DLC, that is.
जब तक कि हम लोग क्विट कर सकते हैं
And hello, Shah. Welcome. Guys, this is Shah, another favorite community member of ours. You may have known him from my Destiny videos, if you remember him. That is. Why am I hidden here where there is only one enemy? Let's kill him.
Nice to see you in
so
one
then
piece.
did you boost
Agent
yourself
Last
या
said the
are
safe
you
is
I created a new character, boosting it, and just checking out everything that is happening. Following the story, we're also getting inputs from Rage and you guys to what is going on, what's broken, what's working good, what's the good situations, and so on and so forth.
I have a cutscene, so I'm gonna shut up now.
Yep, sure.
It's strange being here, where it all started. I guess you build up a picture in your mind. You assume it had to be a perfect storm for everything to go so wrong. But the more you look at it, the more you realize this could have happened anywhere. Amherst just chose New York.
zero alt F4
Careful, Agent.
Yeah, already.
Looks like there's trouble up ahead.
नहीं मैं
Get to
alt
cover.
F4 कर दूँ
Rage is
I'm
watching a
going to
cutscene, so please, guys, a little bit quiet.
he has deafened himself
Ah, okay. I thought he did. And
Aim for their fuel tanks. That should slow them down. Firing on hostile.
damn, the FPS issues are going very bad. It's just so resource heavy right now. You can see on the right hand corner of my map that everything of my HUD, that stuff are actually loading while we are here. That so-called real-time rendering annoyance, which I personally do not like at all, if you may. So which one was the...
Taking out the target. Come on, we've got to keep moving. I heard some pretty messed up things about the cleaners back in DC. They seem to think the only way to save this city is to burn everything that could be contaminated. It's hard to believe they were regular people before the outbreak.
Get to Haven as soon as you can. Just don't expect a warm welcome. The guy in charge, Paul Rhodes, isn't happy to see me.
Okay. So this is the cleaners that Rage was talking about. And let's just assume we haven't seen the horrors yet.
Get back! You're not welcome here. We've taken in enough agents. It never ends well for us.
We're here to speak with Rhodes.
Get back!
Let him in. Rhodes wants to hear what they have to say.
Fine.
I just started the
Welcome to
final
Haven.
mission
This
in the game.
settlement was founded a few
Okay.
months back
Boy, oh
by
boy,
some
it's full of
ex-JTF
surprises.
and civilian volunteers.
I don't like
They're
these
calling
surprises.
themselves the Peacekeepers.
I'm not prepared. I'm gonna die a lot in
It's
this
the
mission.
safest place in Lower Manhattan.
I recommend
They've got
going level
security,
40
food,
before you do this
supplies,
mission.
you name it. The
Fresh
fact that
Okay.
they're
recommendation
still
right
going
out
and
the gate.
haven't been run over by the bikers or the cleaners is pretty impressive. But they're not very fond of the division, which is why we need to convince them to help us while we go after Keener. Come see me in Rhodes' office. He's not my biggest fan.
Oh
Too
my
much
God.
history there. Hopefully we can convince him to let us stay.
I no longer know who's our enemy and who is not.
Okay, so the story is very confusing for...
Very, yeah, and it wasn't obvious. It was not obvious. Oh, this is gonna happen.
Okay.
How looter shooter stories are.
Okay, I guess Ubisoft still has their story writing kinks. After all the recent mess ups
Yeah.
regarding the stories.
And they just hired a new team with all the money they made from the DLCs.
I just like in every region I'm going, I'm just standing there for a little while waiting for the loading icon to go away so that it loads all the resource and I don't get
All the
obvious
resources, yeah. Yeah, New York is very vast. Oh my.
dead.
Okay. Yeah, don't do the last mission on your own. The friend. Yeah, this is yeah, I will curse a lot. Let me okay, I'm dead. Yep.
So before going
Yeah.
into heaven, let us first take a look at the outside. So as
If you guys have
yeah.
shade points, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. If you guys have shade points, invest them into a Jammer Pulse before you do the final mission. That's all I'm gonna say.
The
Okay,
thing is,
continue.
since you bring up shade points, tell us a little bit about the details.
So now you get shade points from leveling up. Before you used to get specialization points, but now you get shade points. So I don't really know how you're gonna level up your specializations now. So yeah, because before every time you leveled up, you would get like 3 specialist points, which you put into your like subclass basically. Now that's not there anymore, so I don't know how that's gonna work. I still have to unlock the flamethrower and the minigun, the gunner. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. It's
Okay.
not clear. It doesn't say. So gotta have to wait for some YouTuber to make a video, right? Right away.
Mayhap. Mayhap. I know. Right.
Increasingly difficult, dude. Increasingly difficult. This is not fun anymore. I'm dying so much. I just wanna give up.
Is it? And how are you? Other than the story itself, how's your experience? Briefly.
The side missions were quite. I was very impressed and surprised with the. So every side mission is directly linked to one of the story missions you do. So it'll open up after you finish that mission, basically. And how they have it set up right now is the path from you to the mission. On the way, there's gonna be those lower pieces, basically.
Okay.
So it briefs you on the mission indirectly before even going to the mission, which I was very impressed by. It doesn't make you read like here's a letter with 1,000 words which you have to read yourself, but
Okay.
it's just audio cues, and it basically briefs you about everyone that is in that mission, so you know what's at stake.
Okay.
So that was something very interesting. That was really good. Otherwise, I'm having a blast. This is like the most fun I've
This
had
way, agent.
in a looter shooter straight out of DLC. Like straight out of expansion. Like Shadowkeep Destiny was like, okay, fine. I
I
got
love.
goosebumps playing
Now, what
Destiny.
is this Delta 03 error?
Okay, that's a new. It's a connectivity error. So
Press
there's a
space
Delta
to
zero
start.
three. There's a
Press escape to
Echo
quit.
04 and 7. So these are the new bugs.
Hmm. So, what are exactly the Delta
It's a
03? We
connectivity
can.
issue.
So,
It's a
all of them.
connectivity issue basically. Yeah, all of them are like server related connectivity issues. So should be resolved.
Okay.
Shouldn't take that much.
And do we have some ETAs regarding patch fixes and stuff?
So they fixed. So the Delta is more connectivity, but like the Echo bugs have been fixed yesterday. The other issue I said with the NPCs that's been fixed as well. They like deployed to fix really fast. I was pretty impressed.
Okay.
Like, cause Division takes, I mean, Destiny takes its sweet time because the team isn't as big and
Yeah, well,
it
that's a
has
given. No?
Tap right
Destiny
to
is.
get to settings.
and they have too much in their game. Like this game
Yeah.
has like what one area and that has like 7 planets and then 8 raids
I
and
also
it's
love how I am in 247 in queue. Okay, 199. Yes.
that's how you know it's not a dead game.
I really doubt if that you will get any queue at all when you go in DC with your level 30 character. That is.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, no one's in DC. Everyone's moved on. I was at this place. There was this yellow bar I'm supposed to kill, so I've just been avoiding because I was talking to you. So I was like, I'll kill it off. The thing is that if you don't kill him, infinite ad spawn.
It's like Surochi in Destiny. My goodness.
This has some mechanics. From
I
the
also
first
love
John
that
Wick
how
game, but
the entire how much I progressed into heaven got entirely reset and I have to start from beginning again.
Hello, Rage.
they just want you to think there's enough content.
Move! Get to cover!
Hello, Rage.
Don't
Yeah, was here.
have
Yes,
One more
anything
thing.
to say.
What level of
Follow
loot do
me.
you get when you
We gotta
join
get
us?
up there.
Level 30 loot.
Oh, because when CeeLo joined us, he got no loot at all.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
we
That
can't
I've played once, and that time there was like a member who was there was only one member who didn't have DLC, so it's possible you don't get loot at all.
Take out that
I mean,
hostile!
basically, they wanna de-incentivize you from playing the game if you don't have the DLC. That's why the more you play with like a friend who has the DLC, the worse it is for you. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they like give you no loot. Because it's a different sandbox, so the fact that letting you join is first of all really surprising. So the fact that you don't get loot is not surprising.
And the fact that after joining your teammates actually be the one
Yeah,
to
yeah.
die is not
That shows
surprised.
that they do not want. They either leave the game or just buy the DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very consumer friendly, but it's pretty obvious. I've got to know, and the weapon scaling is insane. Like I'm running this Winchester rifle, which does like 300k damage base. Like, yeah. So it's like you feel so powerful, but then you get hit for like 300-400k as well. So all your power fantasies go down the drain.
I guess those who have played before the patch and after it will really feel very weird because they are used to like rushing to enemies, doing.
Yeah, this is all. I'm literally like trying to stay alive. Like it's no longer, oh, you're not gonna do any damage to me. I'm gonna run around, just hiding behind cover.
Oh, now
I'm
look at
literally like
this.
running out.
Okay, now look at this. So I got some loots doing the mission, right? And I equipped those loots because they are better than what outfitted me with at the beginning.
Okay, okay.
After that error, I have to do the mission again. But I have all the loots.
Oh yeah, that happened to me. So basically, when I went to the boss room, there's a certain boss where there are like mini bosses before you finish the final guy off. I didn't know that, so I killed the mini bosses by mistake, and I died to the main boss, and then I got the mini boss loot twice.
Why am I getting Destiny vibes?
Entering contaminated area.
Unknown
biological compound
I guess.
detected.
Fuck, this is bad. Isaac's readings are off the charts. Sweep the building and keep an eye out for survivors. We need to get down there. Come on!
Quite obviously.
Lau, we've reached City Hall. I'm with the survivors.
Yeah, this is getting more and more less fun. They're just bringing in overpowered things for me to fight. I do not want to fight.
There's gotta be Rikers coming into the basement.
My
I
God.
guess well you'll have to.
Will I get these people out?
Holy shit! This basically, okay. I'll tell you what's happening. Every thing they had in like every encounter, every boss, every mechanic in the base game has been all like mashed into this final mission.
My God.
Everything. It's done really well.
It's done really well, but it's a nightmare.
It is a nightmare to fight. First of all, your level is no longer a factor, and on top of that, you have to fight everything in the game. All of that.
Agent, this is Lau.
And these things
There's
don't
a
like quit.
surveillance system in the basement. We need to find out who is responsible for the attack. See if you can recover the
The fact that I'm scared of my life while playing it is indicative of how hard this is.
Feeling that scared
I
thing.
don't feel powerful anymore to do this. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
After Coney Island, we knew Keener was working on some kind of virus, but I didn't think he could weaponize it this fast. We should have prepared for this.
Lau, the medics have arrived. They're extracting the survivors.
Meet me at the Haven settlement. I'll send you the coordinates. We have a lot to talk about.
Okay. Let me test the.
Oh my God, I'm gonna.
I
die.
also love how I'm pressing F1 instead of.
I love how I am the hunted
The
here and
survivors
not
have
the
been
hunter.
extracted. City Hall is clear. Let's regroup in the
True,
private
right?
area.
How long has it been since we felt this feeling and division?
Yeah, I can't. Everything has so much armor. Oh my god, just it's not. It refuses to die.
We got incoming. I need you up here.
Refuses to die. That's good. Wow. So now it's daytime. Very good. What the hell is the enemies? Huh? Wow. Wow. The enemies have not been rendered. Yeah, now.
Nice to see you in one piece.
Okay, I need to
Agent
work
Mouse
on my
said
AK.
this is
Anyway.
Let's go. It's strange being here, where it all started. I guess you build up a picture in your mind. You assume it had to be a perfect storm for everything to go so wrong. But the more you look at it, the more you realize this could have happened anywhere. Amherst just chose New York. Careful, Agent. Looks like there's trouble up ahead. Get to cover. Aim for their fuel tanks. That should slow them down.
I've gotten an exotic emote. I'm happy.
Okay, that's nice.
All I want. It's a continuous emote. It's a nice dance.
Come on, we've got to keep
You
moving.
guys and your
Heard some
dancing.
pretty messed up things about the cleaners back in
All of
DC.
you.
They seem to think the only way to save this city is to burn everything that could be contaminated. It's hard to believe they were regular people before the outbreak.
Get to Haven as soon as you can. Just don't expect a warm welcome. The guy in charge, Paul Rhodes, isn't happy to see me.
Get back!
We're here to speak with Rhodes.
You're not welcome here. We've taken in enough agents. It never ends well for us. Get back!
Let him in. Rhodes wants to hear what they have to say.
Fine.
Welcome to Haven. This settlement was founded a few months back by some ex-JTF and civilian volunteers. They're calling themselves the Peacekeepers. It's the safest place in Lower Manhattan. They've got security, food, supplies, you name it. The fact that they're still going and haven't been run over by the Rikers or the cleaners is pretty impressive. But they're not very fond of the division, which is why we need to convince them to help us while we go after Keener. Come see me in Rhodes' office. He's not my biggest fan. Too much history there. Hopefully we can convince him to let us stay.
This way, Agent. Keep moving.
Ah, okay, okay. What the? Glitches. Man, this glitch and bug and I'll be back, guys. Give me a bit. Alright, so medical support, city hall, go right, no running. You know who you are. Okay. OSS, DA, this, okay. What is this big pipe for? I wonder. Generator? Mayhap.
You go ahead. I'll check in on the survivors.
Okay.
Fuck that! The division had its chance.
We need somewhere to regroup.
Find somewhere else.
How do you know Haven isn't Keener's next target?
Are you kidding me? You'll make us a target.
We can keep you safe.
Of course you can. Just like Hell's Kitchen. I'm not gonna fall for that shit again.
We're fighting the same fight here.
You know what? Our situation's a fuck ton better than it ever was back in Midtown. These people feel safe.
You're right. The situation feels better for you now. But feeling safe doesn't mean you are safe.
It's getting pretty rough out there, Paul. But it's your decision.
Do what you need to take care of Keener. And then I want you out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back.
Alright.
Keener is our main target, but right now, his whereabouts are unknown.
That bastard's hiding somewhere in the city, planning his next move.
Based on the footage you found in City Hall, we've managed to get leads on the other 4 rogue agents.
Theo Parnell, tech specialist and conspiracy theorist.
His whereabouts are unknown, but we think he is linked to the surveillance drones we've been tracking around the city. One was recently shot down in Civic Center. We need you to recover the drone. You might be able to find him from the metadata.
Vivian Conley, explosives expert and a high-ranking leader for the Cleaners.
We've been getting reports of increasingly aggressive Cleaner attacks in 2 bridges. Check in with the local peacekeepers. They've been tracking their movements.
James Dragov, heavy weapons expert, and the acting leader of the Rikers here in Lower Manhattan.
He's holed up in a fortified compound in Wall Street. We've had some agents looking for a chink in his armor for some time now. Check in with the local safe house for more info.
Javier Kajika, tactical operations expert.
He's a ghost, but he leaves a remarkable signature. We've had reports of a number of patrols being ambushed in Battery Park. We're pretty sure it's Kajika. Best bet would be to follow his trail and see where it leads. There's no time to waste. Going after any of these targets will bring us closer to Keener.
In the meantime, we'll do what we can from Haven to support you. Good luck, Agent.
Okay. So Fog of War. The map is covered in fog of war and GPS guidance where fog of war is present. The keener manhunt leads are represented by investigation areas. Checking by placing a waypoint.
We have reports of Kajika operating in the Battery Park district, staging ambushes against JTF and Peacekeeper patrols.
Should be the best place to start looking for him. Be careful, though. This guy does not mess around.
Okay.
What the fuck does Rhodes think is going on here? This is a goddamned war. Keener's targeting us. The moment we start to make real progress, here we are again, fucking around and arguing with each other. I've had enough. This fuckstick needs to die. And I don't care who we have to go through or who we have to work with to do it. Sorry. It's not your fault. This peace was hard won, and now we've lost it. We're going to get him. We have to.
Unbelievable. We're right back in the same goddamn mess we were in when Amherst unleashed green poison. I set up Haven without the division and all the blood and violence you bring with you. And Faye, she's been flag waving from behind the authority of a division badge for way too long. Don't make me regret letting you into my home. I won't forgive it.
Okay.
You must be a good shot. Okay. Okay.
Don't talk with this guy. That's not.
Don't worry about Rhodes. He'll warm up to you. At least I hope he will. He's a good guy. Principled. We need more like him. But we need more like you, too. I mean, principles are great, but not gonna put food on the table or protect you from a pack of Rikers. What I need is a couple Kermans. This freeze-dried crap is killing me. I guess beggars can't be choosers.
Okay.
Hey, agent.
Okay.
Good working with you.
Oh. Nice. Well, that was nice. Conflict is PvP. What else do we have here? Vendor. Same thing.
Agent in need of backup.
What else do we have? Station that is.
Man, this task force is off to a pretty rough start. They have a lot of history, I guess. I feel for Rhodes. I know what it's like to want to hunker down and try to ride out the storm. Can't do it, though. That's not the way the world works. We've been dealt a shitty hand, but we still have cards to play. We owe everyone here our best effort. Let's find Keener and bring him to justice. We're the Division. We don't quit.
So there's a new shooting range, I guess. What is this? Oh, there's the off-white key, so the new hunter thingy. Okay, it's the barber, and slowly where our exotics are going to be put on. And this is the clan. Okay. Okay. Oh, Shah's contributing more. Weekly cache. Move to inventory. Land vendor. Okay. Let me buy this. 0F. Okay. We'll ask whatever is good to buy. These are the top clans right now.
Inventory.
Then you have.
Apparel.
Let me go there. A standard key. Oh, a legendary shoe. Okay. Hello? I got no idea. It's the shoe. This one looks better. This one. This one looks better.
Inventory. Clan.
And you have your clan and everything. Progression. Management, the insignia stuff.
Inventory.
Okay. Let's open the cache. So then this high-end shop. What is this thing? This not ask Rage when he comes back. That is. Okay. Either way, I'm not gonna use that. Okay. I cannot equip them. Very good. Skill armor skill here.
Progression.
Commendation. Okay.
Inventory. Apparel. Inventory. Inventory. Apparel.
Then let's go to store. And from here we get. Wait, what is this? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Inventory. Inventory. Progression. Inventory. Inventory.
Well, I guess a couple of stuff is locked for now. Battery park, Linux Center. So from here, do we go out? Alright, guys, let's go. Alright, guys.
Are you streaming now?
I'm recording. Hey guys, this is Titus. He's with
Hey.
us right now. Titus, it would be better if you increase your voice a little bit.
Okay.
You're heading into the financial district, home of the old world's most powerful economies. Look where that got them. The area was devastated by a hurricane a few months back. It hasn't looked the same since. Be careful playing around in the mud.
So let's try to ouch.
Something's up. Over here. I'll get you.
And I really forgot how annoying these guys used to be, and that the enemies actually roam around everywhere.
The Battery Park district was devastated by flooding after a hurricane. It's more like a swamp than anything else now. There used to be a lot of concentrated wealth down here. Most of the locals used their resources and connections to get out before the city was locked down. Most people didn't have that option.
So two different factions fighting, is it? Yes. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. Why do I have this equipped?
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Perfect.
Nearby distress beacon detected.
Looks like you found some of Kajika's handiwork.
They didn't stand a chance against someone like him.
Okay.
Agent profile detected. Turret registered to Javier Kajika. Status rogue.
I can't believe these assholes can still operate their tech.
There's a workaround for everything. So we've got proof that Kajika's been here recently, but we need a stronger lead.
Head to the nearby church community. They've been monitoring the patrols in the area and may have some intel that could be valuable.
Okay.
Incoming hostiles detected. Access key detected.
Access key, is it? Okay. Geared stash. Suppose get our weapon ammo. Critical hit chance is a better option. Perimeter secured.
So we've got proof that Kajika's been here recently, but we need a stronger lead.
Head to the nearby church community. They've been monitoring the patrols in the area and may have some intel that could be valuable.
Portable device detected.
Javier Kajika. Rikers have overrun the building, requesting JTF support. Request denied. We can't hold them alone. We're falling back. You should too. What? We've called an evacuation order. We need to finish this. It's already in motion. Nothing left but a couple of stragglers. You can't just leave. It's over, Agent. I'm not having any more deaths on my conscience. I should have known you'd fuck us. If we stay, we're dead. If we leave, we're rogue. I'm sorry, Agent. There's nothing I can do. Over and out. Fuck!
All right. Couple tweaks here and there, is it?
Sometimes I can't believe you're my sister.
Love you too.
After everything that happened with the first wave, how can you still think the division is the answer?
You don't burn down the institution because one employee goes rogue.
It wasn't one.
You know me. I don't quit.
Well, you don't have to quit. You can keep doing your mission. I'm just saying, maybe it shouldn't be as a division agent. It should be as Faye.
I can't protect you on my own.
You've got Rhodes, Benitez, and Candle. You're not on your own.
Their support. They don't have the resources we need.
Yeah, well, resources aren't everything, Faye.
Heather, let me know if you still think that when you run out of food. And I'll keep doing what I have to make sure that doesn't happen.
These lore pieces are more interesting.
Too many people here.
Check in with the community leader and see if she knows anything about these patrols.
Safe house. At least better, these safe houses are community houses and stuff, and there are actually people living instead of freaking houses with nothing but random players roaming around. Really, this is far better.
Far better as in what sense?
Just a sec.
A patrol came by here a while ago. Said they were investigating the tremors we've been hearing lately. They headed towards Hugh Carey Tunnel, further south, but I haven't heard from them since.
Let's check out that tunnel. Best case, we find the patrol and they can tell us what they know.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, me too.
We recently learned about a JTF patrol that went missing near the Hugh Carey tunnel. I tried to get a hold of them, but haven't heard back.
With Kajika operating in the area, they've probably gone dark so he can't track them.
Don't get your hopes up, Agent. If Kajika's there, that patrol is long gone.
I worry Faye may be right, but we have to try.
So better is as in the total immersion and stuff, because you know, like when you are in the safe house is essentially somewhere that is a defensive facility where you can like take a rest. It's a teleportation facility for the players and so on and so forth. So I'd say rather than a safe house that is literally nothing but a room with certain facilities and no other people, no other NPCs or anything, I'd rather have NPCs like lore wise safe houses. And let it be, for example, like this is a community that is living here. So this is much more better in terms of immersion and stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. As in player-driven safe houses, you mean?
Mm, not exactly player driven, but like there is a lore for of the safe house now in the game rather than just literal rooms with nothing.
Okay.
You understand, we prefer such stuff anytime. Okay, let's see some resources here.
Civilians in danger.
Okay, civilians in danger.
This one's mine.
Oh, lol. So we have to go down, eh? Okay, let's see. So, like Rage said some time ago, these tunnel areas are the new areas that have been added. Okay, again, the rendering issues. See, now we have flashbang grenade. Okay, that is fun. Yep. You know, Taurus, they made the game so resource heavy right now that the cutscenes are rendered in real time, and yeah, this is everything is so resource heavy that unless you have a very high powered PC and stuff and a very stable and better internet service, you can feel hiccups and stuff while playing.
Okay. Well, now every game is resource heavy.
I guess.
Like, not every game.
Okay. Fight is going on here. And we need to go that way.
Portable electronic.
Let me make one thing clear. I don't trust the division, and I don't trust outsiders, which makes this little arrangement problematic for the both of us. I'm not division. Yeah? Well, you're still an outsider. The only reason we're even listening to you right now is because of Conley.
Let's not make false assumptions about what this is. We are not allies, and I am not asking you to fall in line.
Fine. But if you want our support, you're gonna have to give us something in return.
The JTF are the only thing standing.
A JTF patrol went missing near the Hugh Carey tunnel. We need you to find out what happened to them.
Just be careful. Kajika will be looking for patrols. We don't want him to find us before we find him.
Okay.
Echo detected.
That echo might explain what happened to the patrol. Find a way to access it.
Vital signs critical.
Okay.
Agent requesting backup.
আমাকে দিয়ে দিতে আমার ফোন নাম্বার ও কালচার আছে ওইটার নিচে ফোন নাম্বার
around, Agent. See if any of this old junk can help you reach that echo.
That was okay.
Hostile radio intercepted.
Keep your guard up. Sounds like the division made it through. How the hell did he find us? With Nancy making all that noise, I'm surprised they didn't find this place sooner.
Nancy? Who the hell is Nancy?
Crane detected. Power offline.
Nothing's ever easy, is it? Looks like Isaac's picking up a generator nearby. Try to get power back to that crane.
Generator activated. Power online.
That ought to do it. Move that crane into position. Hopefully this echo will give us some answers.
Isaac's picking up an unmapped tunnel under the street. Looks like the cleaners have been busy.
Generator firmware error. Initiating maintenance.
Damn it! Hold off those cleaners while Isaac works on that generator. Hopefully it won't take too long.
Crap, 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 crap. My god, this.
Serious trauma detected.
Okay.
Agent incapacitated.
This is extremely hard.
Vital signs critical. Agent deceased.
Well, I guess, guys, you can understand how annoying the situation is as of now. So yeah, that was also my little bit of tutorial to how you are so simply gonna die so soon, unless you're very, I don't know, maybe better than me. Like everyone's better than me, so yeah. I'm sure you'll clean this up in a jiffy. But other than that, I would also suggest get some gears if you can. Increase your gear score a bit. That fire damage was very annoying. But either way, that's our small bit of video regarding the Warlord DLC. We'll explore later in depth in our live streams sometimes, alongside our various community members here. For tonight, though, I bid you farewell. Stay safe. Good night.